Hey guys, it's Temi. So today I have a story time video for you guys, and this happened back in December when I went to Brisbane with one of my good friends, Annalise, for the Keith and Carrie concert. So I have a few mini stories throughout this event because it was quite an adventure it was. It's also very fitting for this video that I'm wearing my Carrie Underwood shirt. So I think I should start at the very beginning, which is the flights and the luggage. So my friend Annalise, her mum works for an airline, so we were flying with them, but the only thing was we were flying as standby. Okay, so for anyone that is not familiar with how standby flights work, so basically it means that you don't have an actual official assigned seat on your flight. So you don't know if you're going to get on a certain flight until everyone has boarded. So everyone with an actual ticket has boarded the flight, but if you're on standby, you have to sit and wait until there is an available flight. So as you can imagine, this is very stressful. So originally we were going to book, but then my friend's mum was like, no, it'll be fine, it won't be busy at this time of the year, blah 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 blah. Wrong. So we get to the airport. We thought we were going to miss our flight, but we didn't. Not that we had a flight, but anyway. So we go over to the gate that they tell us to go to, and Annalise goes up to the reception and she's like, hey, we're on standby, do you know if there's any available seats left? And they're just like, come back once everyone has boarded and we'll let you know then. So we wait, we're chilling for a bit, everyone has boarded, and again Annalise goes back up, and then they're like, if you had to come up a little bit sooner, you probably could have gotten on the flight. Sorry, we literally went up when they said to. Then they also say, oh, we actually do have, a spot, but only Annalise can fly. Temi can't fly. I'm sorry, what? Do you want me to walk there? So basically what they meant was that only Annalise could get on the flight because her mum is high up on the standby list, so Annalise is up on that list then. But because I'm not related to her mum in any way, I'm lower on the list even though we're flying together. So they were basically like, well, Annalise, you're welcome to board the flight, but Tamika, you've got to stay in Sydney and wait for another flight. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? But of course Annalise didn't go. She didn't just leave me in Sydney by myself. She was like, no, we're flying together. So off we go to the next gate because of course we had to change gates. So at this point I make myself comfy because I'm starting to stress and I'm like, it's fine. There is a lot of people on standby on this flight. And at first the lady's like, sorry, there's no room on the flight for anyone. And I'm like, great, swell. Then all of a sudden she's like, oh wait, there's room for everyone. I don't know how that happened, but we finally got on the flight. But then there's more. But then the lady says, but I don't know, Temi, if your luggage is going to be on your flight with you. What? So she was like, either your luggage will be on your flight with you, or it'll come tonight, or if worse comes to worse, it will come tomorrow. And I'm like, tomorrow? The concert is tomorrow. And I literally had nothing in my bag that I needed apart from an outfit, yet I ended up buying a whole new outfit for the concert. The only thing that I needed that was in my bag was the concert tickets. Now I'm sure if I went to the venue and stuff and explained what happened, they would, get me print new tickets or whatever because they'd have us in the system or whatever, but it was still I was like, it's fine, I can go a night without my luggage, I don't need it, it's fine, but for the concert would be preferably nice. So the next story is when Annalise and I are in Brisbane and we decide to take a ferry to South Bank. Now the way this ferries run in Brisbane is very odd. Say if a ferry is going this way, it's actually going the other way. It's just turning around so you can come in that side through the door, even though there's doors on both sides. I don't know, it's the most confusing thing ever. Anywho, we ended up going on a ferry that went the opposite way. So that meant that we had to go all the way down the river thing, whatever it is, and then loop back around and then go all the way to South Bank. So obviously it took a lot longer than needed. It took an hour or something on this ferry when it's only supposed to take 15 minutes or so. So the next story is, so I think it was the next day, I think it was the day of the concert. Annalise decides to make us a lovely breakfast. So that morning, I remember waking up and Annalise was still asleep, so then I went back to bed as well. And then Annalise decides that morning that she's going to make us breakfast because we had brought bacon and eggs and everything to have a lovely breakfast that morning. So, as I said, I went back to sleep. Then all of a sudden, I shoot up because the fire alarm is going off in the hotel room. And I come out of the bedroom and I look at Annalise and she's in the kitchen standing there with a spatula or something, and she just looks at me dead in the eyes and she's like, "So I made the fire alarm go off," and I'm like, really? You know that beeping noise right now? And I am running around this hotel room being like, where's the manual? Where's the manual? Because for some reason I thought, there's a manual and everything, right? There's a book about everything about this hotel. It's gotta be in there somewhere how to turn the fire alarm off. Couldn't find it. I'm running around looking for a manual. She's opening windows and... Anyway, the alarm went off and it was fine. It was just because the windows weren't open and that. And we're very lucky that, nobody came up to see if anything was wrong, anything like that, because you can actually get fined for setting the alarm off when there's not actually a fire. So thank goodness that was alright, because I can't even imagine having the hotel room just burn down to smithereens. I just can't. So the next 4 stories actually happened at the Carrie and Keith concert in Brisbane, or on the way kind of thing. So I guess I should start with the snakes one. So we are on the train going to the concert with a bunch of other people. So the closer and closer we get to the actual arena, it is getting more and more bushland and country and we're like, where is this place? It's in the middle of nowhere. So anywho, we get there, and then to get to this stadium, there's this little pathway, and then I look and there is a sign and it says something like snakes in action or something. It didn't say that, but it said something about snakes in the area as we speak, and I'm like, we are gonna die. I ain't no Steve Irwin. We are gonna die even before the concert starts. And I am dying. I'm literally walking in the middle of the footpath being nah. So that was kind of a weird thing, because I have never ever experienced going to a concert and being oh, there's snakes. I've never had to worry about snakes before. So the next story is when we were getting food to go into the arena. We had hot chips or whatever, and there wasn't any salt or anything on the fries. So I went out and I got some, and I kind of got nervous as I was getting the salt. I didn't know how many to grab, so I ended up grabbing a handful of salt and coming back, and Annalise was like, what the hell, why do you have so much salt? I'm pretty sure the amount of salt I had could have fed the entire arena. Not even kidding. The next one is when we were sitting before the concert had started, and we had drinks, and this place didn't have I don't think they had lids on their cups or something like that, and it had been knocked over by this woman. She had knocked it over, didn't realize she knocked it over, and we had to clean it up. Actually, that is why I went and got salt. I went and got salt on the way to getting paper towel things, serviettes, to clean up the mess that this woman had made. By the way, we call this woman Karen. If we ever refer to this story, Annalise and I are always like, Karen, Karen. I don't know why, she just looked like a Karen, and that's going to be her name. And so I go and I get all these serviettes. People are probably like, geez, how many serviettes does she need? And we clean it all up. Now, this woman goes out later on. So she came back, knocked over the drink, goes out. So she comes back walking through the aisle, and she nearly slips. She nearly falls on us. And she's like, oh, it's all slippery. Someone must have spilled a drink. And we were like, are you kidding me? This is the drink that you spilled. So obviously she had no idea that she had spilled it, but it was just the way she's like, oh, someone's drink has spilled. And we just looked at her like, girl, it was you, Karen. You are the reason you nearly went ice skating there. So I've actually left the best story to last, and this story actually involves Carrie Underwood's backup singer / fiddle player. So as I said, I was with my friend Annalise, and then throughout the trip I had also met my friend Hannah from Twitter. Hey Hannah, I know she's watching this, because this story, she would never let me live this down. It was just, I'm still scarred from this story to this day. So it was us outside hanging out with some other people, and we had tweeted Carrie's fiddle player, Sydney, to be like, hey, can we come and meet you? Because sometimes if you tweet her, she'll come out and say hi. And we thought, yeah, because it's Australia and stuff, like people don't really know who she is as much, so she'll probably come out. And this entire time we were outside, she never responded. So we went back inside, we got food, Annalise went to the bathroom, and then Hannah went off, and she did her thing, whatever. So I'm waiting and guarding the food as Annalise is going to the bathroom, and then I get a tweet, and it's from Sydney Perry, Carrie's backup singer. And she's like, hey, yeah, sure, I'll come out, whereabouts are you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, Sydney's coming out. And I've got like all this food I'm guarding, and then I'm like, how do I explain where I am? Because this place was actually quite big, and you couldn't be like, oh, I'm near the merch, because like there are like 10 different merch things. I couldn't be like, I'm near the food thing, because there's like 10 different food things. And so I'm like, crap, like what do I do? So I get like the chips and the drinks and everything, and I take them over to door 6. Forever engraved in my head. So I'm standing at door 6, and I thought I had tweeted Sydney saying, hey, I'm at door 6. And so during this time I had messaged Hannah, and I was like, hey, she's gonna come out, meet me at door 6, blah 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 blah. So Hannah comes out to meet me, we're at the front of door 6, and then I get another tweet from Sydney, and she's like, which door exactly? There's a lot of doors. And in my head I'm like, I told her door 6. And then I look at the response I had tweeted her, and I said, I'm at door. I'm at door. That is literally what I said. I forgot to write 6, so I literally said I'm at door. So here I am, like, oh my god, that is so embarrassing. Hannah is like dying. She thinks it's the funniest thing ever. Annalise is going to the bathroom. She has no idea what's happening at the moment. And Sydney Perry probably thinks, is this girl stupid? Is this girl stupid? Because there are multiple, hundreds of doors within this place. And I tell her I'm at door. So I had to tweet it back, and I'm like, oh, sorry, like blah, 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 blah. I'm at door 6. So soon enough, Sydney comes to door 6. She sees us and she's like, hey, and we hang out with her for a little bit and we talk to her. And I just remember being like, I'm so sorry, I thought I said which door, and when you said like, which door are you at, I was like, what is she talking about? And till this day, it has been a running joke. And we also took photos with Sydney, so we took this little group shot here, and in the back you can see that it says door 6, which makes it even more laughable because the door 6 is in the background. So yeah. That was the time that I completely embarrassed myself in front of Carrie Underwood's backup singer slash fiddle player. You're welcome, Hannah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was probably like rambling on in parts, but I ramble. I'm sorry. So if you guys would like me to do any more videos related to Carrie Underwood, then I am more than happy to do those videos, but you just have to let me know and I'll get onto it. So I guess I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.